Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Smackdown vs. Raw 2006 GM mode. I'm your host, Kane Drago. I said we were going to stop this round of tapings at Judgment Day, and since we do two shows at a time, we're going to do two shows at a time. So technically I'm going to go 1 week afterwards, because of course it's not my pay-per-view, and that's part of a week. But we're going to get started. Never mind. We're going to stop when we get to Judgment Day because these two are the ones we're doing. So, match one, let's get this over with. Handicap match. 1-on-3. Spike Dudley versus Charlie Haas. Shelton Benjamin, because he took a dive for us last week. And Eddie Guerrero, who wants a win. Rivalry in place of a match for him and Benoit. Now we're going to do the rest of the card top down like we always do. In our main event, since nobody else is complaining about anything, we're going to do a 6-man tag team tornado match. Hollywood Hogan, Mankind, and Randy Orton versus Kurt Angle, The Rock, and John Cena. Except I'm going to change that because, not that there's technically a face and heel in these games, but the way I've been booking it has been indicating Mankind is the face and Rock's heel, so might as well keep that pattern because it makes sense. I said I'm actually going to write out a little bit more sort of imagination storylines for these going forward. I just wanted to get some of these done to get us started. So, in our co-main event, we have rivalry in place of a match. Benoit is not busy on this show. And that means that we are going to have ourselves an Intercontinental Championship match. Again, as I still feebly attempt to get the damn title off of Shawn Michaels, only because, as you probably know if you bothered to watch if you saw the other episodes, if not, go back and check them out. But if this is the one you found me on, Shawn Michaels, while certainly popular, and I'm using him on pretty much every show, I didn't yet, because I'm building Charlie Haas through jobber matches for tag teams later. Right now, the jobber that I'm using is taking up the spot that Shawn Michaels' rival would be in. Well, not necessarily the exact person, but you know what I mean. It's taking up a full-time roster spot. So Michaels doesn't have a feud yet, because I'd already planned other feuds I wanted to do before I even realized I was going to draft Michaels. He wasn't on my original draft list, but my draft order changed. So I threw him into a match just to boost the popularity of it, and he ended up winning the Intercontinental title that I was kind of hoping he wouldn't. So, let's do main event hype. So, in our fourth match, we are going to do I think we're going to put the tag team titles on the line in a one-fall tornado tag. Booker T, Kane versus Edge and Christian. As far as I remember, Booker T and Kane did retain them in the rematch. Either way, they're going for the titles. In our third match, we're going to do a single with managers. I'm going to keep all the women together for now. Trish Stratus versus Stacy Keibler with Lita and Tori in the corners. And in our opening non-jobber match, I'm going to remind myself who in God's name I haven't booked yet. The answer is no one, so we're going to change one of the other matches. And what we're going to change is we're going to make that a normal match. Trish Stratus versus Stacy Keibler. No. Tori Wilson versus Lita. And yeah, we're going to put the title on the line, because why not? Alright, so we're done there. Let's simulate. Good. Spike Dudley did not ruin my life and get the win when I needed. I wouldn't even care that much that he won in the 3-on-1 when I'm in the 3-on-1 popularity boosting match, except Eddie specifically was starting to be up a little on the sad side about losing. So that was actually more for Eddie than it was the popularity boost for the other two, but it still worked. Lita retains the Women's Championship. Trish gets a win over Stacy. Booker T and Kane, I believe, retaining the titles, but either way, they're the champions. Either still or again. Shawn Michaels refusing to drop my Intercontinental Championship, despite my various attempts and pleas. And Hogan, Rock, and Orton get the 6-man tag, Tornado Tag win against Kurt Angle, Mankind, and John Cena. No fan change. I will accept that. Especially Well, apparently this show's going to be on the date of my birthday, May 20th. Happy birthday to me. It's in-game. I would have turned 18 that, if we're assuming. No, this is 2005. The calendar is 2005, so 17. Ric Flair defeats Eugene in a 2-star match. 2.5 JYD over Big Show. 2.5 Jericho over Van Dam. Must have changed some rivalries or broken them or something. Or could a rivalry replace a match, I suppose. Batista Mysterio, 3.5 TLC win over Bulldog and JBL. Undertaker beats Andre the Giant. And Bret the Hitman Hart in a 4.5-star hardcore triple threat beats Steve Austin and Triple H. And for our show, 1.5 stars because Eddie's there to boost it up plus the rivalry. 2 stars because they're the lower women, but that's fine. 3 stars for the more popular women, which is awesome. 3 stars, and a 5-star with the hype and the rivalries main event. Can't go wrong with that. So we are still in the lead by 95,000. They do, however, have Backlash or Judgment Day coming up, so we're going to check our rosters. We're going to check a couple things. Who needs what? Cena's mad about losing. Maybe you should try winning, because you're in the main event, so I can't just. And I'm doing this as like a title show, so I cannot book you that way. Michael's getting fatigued from various triple threats and things, and still probably some from the Battle Royal. Luckily for him, he's going to be, if he's in a match at all, it'll be a singles match. Because nobody's asking for title shots. I might even just throw him in the handicap match to boost it, try to get it the max popularity I can. Everyone else is probably just going to, mostly going to, I say I'm going to stack the deck, but it's really mostly going to be just counting on the rivalries, which I should double check. Did any of those go sour yet? Solid 2 thumbs up, 2. Lita and Tori is done. Which is unfortunate because Trish and Stacy is not yet. So here's what I'll do. I want to put the women's title on the line. So Tori, you're getting the week off. Lita, you're defending against Trish and Stacy. I wonder if that went down last week and that's why they only had 2 stars. Either way, I'm taking advantage of that for one more week because I can. Cena and Hogan, of course, and that one's fine for what it is. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. 1-on-3 handicap match. Get this out of the way right now. Spike, prepare to do the job again. I swear to God, you better do the job again. Charlie Haas is up to 40, so it's working. And Shelton is still at a 61. So Shawn Michaels will hopefully, and such as it is a 1-week rivalry, hopefully keep that from being total garbage. So now let's do the main event. In the main event, John Cena will face Hollywood Hulk Hogan for the World Heavyweight Championship. I could make Michaels a referee for that match, but you know what? I kind of want them to boost the popularity, give a little boost as much as he can to the other match instead. Co-main event. You know what? Let's do this. Ultimate submission match. Since we're simulating it anyway, we'll go 60 minutes because who cares? It doesn't actually affect. It might affect the ratings, but it doesn't affect anything else because we're simulating it anyway. It doesn't affect the fatigue either. It still stays the same. Eddie Guerrero versus Chris Benoit. Promo 2. We're going to go main event hype. Promo 1. I'm actually, since I'm going to leave her off the card, going to do Tori Wilson. Because I don't want her to drop in popularity. Match 4. Yeah, match 4. Thought about doing some kind of specialty match. Oh, you know what I could do? Ooh, actually, still somewhat of a specialty match, but without any worry of additional fatigue. Kurt Angle and Mankind against The Rock. Now I know without bumping this more than I'm willing to right now this isn't gonna be as big of a jump or whatever as I'd like it to be, but it's The Rock and Randall Keith. Match 3. These guys have not had any major matches yet, so tables, ladders, and chairs. Can Edge and Christian regain the tag team championships from Booker T and Kane? Now Christian's been dropping a lot because he's especially even more than Edge because he's been losing more. But dude, if you guys can't win a TLC match, I don't know what to tell you. and in our secondary match, triple threat match for the women's title, with our 3 most popular women, including a 7-week uphill or 2 thumbs up rivalry. That's a hell of a show. I'm happy with that because I don't want to. Actually, you know what? Let me check something before I finalize. View roster. Let's look at fatigue. So Hogan and Cena actually have no fatigue, and neither do Mankind and The Rock. Do Angle and Buddy still have some? They have a little bit. So maybe what I should do... Since those guys do have some fatigue, you know what I'm going to do instead? I don't know if The Rock has a specialty match. I can't remember. But I know Mick Foley's is her Mankind's. I'm pretty sure is Hell in a Cell and Hardcore. And I don't want to do Hell in a Cell right now, so I'll do another Hardcore. It's technically a repeat of one we've already done with them, but like I said, that more so is for when we watch the matches and we're not watching this set. So now, you guys, you have no fatigue right now. So we're going to go big with these guys because they have no fatigue. Last man standing. Hogan, Cena for the title. We are going to try, now that I remember who's got fatigue and who doesn't, we're going to go for broke with a main event hype. And we're going to change this. We're going to leave the tornado tag, but we're going to put the guys that still have remaining pay-per-view fatigue in this match because it doesn't add much, if anything, to their fatigue. Now I'm happy with that show, except I almost took the World Tag Team titles off the line, which I did not want to do. All the titles, except for Michaels, because he has no one to defend it against, are on the line. I suppose he could fight Shelton. Then I have to make room for another match, and I don't want to do that. That's fine. Good. Spike Dudley did not screw me and win. Trish Stratus is the new women's champion. Kane and Booker. Wow. Edge and Christian couldn't even win their favored match. That's awful. I don't know what to tell you, Christian. I'm trying, man. Kurt Angle and Benoit get the win over Guerrero and Orton. Mankind defeats The Rock in the hardcore rematch. And John Cena shuts up about losing and gets some popularity from winning the WWE title against Hollywood Hogan in a last man standing match. SmackDown's obviously going to take fans from me. Only 175,000. I can deal with that. No, it is not time to interfere with the other show, JR. Stop that. So, fatigue. Not bad, because I haven't been hurting everybody with crazy booking. Michaels is a lot less tired than he was, and Cena and Hogan are now the only ones with fairly significant fatigue, but they're also not going to be in any crazy matches again for several weeks. So let's sign a few contracts. If we're over $4 million. I do not need to sign the same guy again twice, though. We'll do one more, and we'll leave those ones for next week. Spike Dudley is really irrelevant. Okay. Stacy Keibler, she wants a win. I know how to get her one. And he wants a title shot, but everybody else is fine. Lovely. So, we're going to call it an episode there. I'm not going to do another one until we are ready, until I've put these ones, at least a few of them up, so I can follow the comments, see if anyone has any suggestions. For now, I'm Kane Drago. Peace out.